This episode is the conversation course. What they are serving says it all. Hello, my single lovelies. It's Denise, and we are finally on a date. We're going to be at that table, so I am just going to jump right into it because here is the truth. Conversation is never just conversation. Words are flavors, tones are texture, and listening is savoring. So let's jump into this. I want you to remember your tasty and not tasty list. And what's on this conversation menu? Well, it reveals curiosity, respect, emotional intelligence, and how someone shows up for you. So let's talk about it. Before we even go on the date, meaning having the dinner, sitting across the table face to face with someone, you need to understand this because the conversation is the course. It is not the appetizer. It is not the background noise. It is not the fillers that you're having before the food arrives. The conversation is where the truth lies. And once you learn to listen, really listen, you will not miss any of these signs again, and you will see what is not tasty very clearly. So we're going to talk about this today in this episode. Okay, let's start here. Most people think dating anxiety comes from what to say, but that is not actually the problem. The anxiety comes from the pressure. The pressure of overthinking something, from believing you need to impress. Instead, you need to observe. So today, I want to shift you out of the performance mode and into the tasting mode. Because you're not there to sell yourself. You're there to see what is being served to you. Think about it, okay? When you sit at the table at a restaurant, bar, lounge, wherever you are, okay, you're not just about to shove food into your mouth without noticing some of those flavors, right? You look at the balance, you taste the seasoning, you notice if something's a little off with your meal. Well, conversation with another person while you're on the date works the same way. And once you can understand that, wow, dating is going to get calmer. It's going to get clearer. It is going to be with more intention. Got it? Okay. Words are flavor. So let's talk about words first. Let me break it down this way. Words will tell you what someone values. What are they focusing on? What, how can I say this? What is their energy, right? What are they giving their energy to? Are their words mostly positive or are they very negative? Do they speak with curiosity or are they complaining a hell of a lot? Do they talk at you or are they talking with you? Because words are the ingredients and the ingredients matters. Someone who consistently talks about drama and they're talking about their exes and they're talking about their frustration and their problems. Oh my God, what a heavy dish. What a heavy dish. Someone who speaks about awareness, someone who's humor and has a little bit of balance. You know, there's a difference in that entree, if you want to call them an entree. There's more flavor there. And here's the key. You're not judging, you're noticing. And there is good and there is bad here. Just like if you were tasting something, okay? You're looking at the tone, you're looking at the texture. Okay, I got to get myself together here because I get all riled up when I talk about this stuff because I know it so well and I just want to get it out there. So, now, let's talk about the tone because tone is where people reveal themselves without even recognizing it. Tone tells you how someone is handling life. Are they a gentle person? Are they sharp? Are they dismissive? Are they warm? Are they defensive? Do they rush you in this conversation? Because two people can say the same exact things but the tone changes everything. A curious tone feels inviting. A sarcastic tone feels like you're guarded. And, a condescending tone feels like someone is controlling. So you want to watch the tone. And here's something very important, and I want you to please remember this. Tone is a preview of how someone speaks to you during the conflicts. If someone interrupts you now, what do you think is going to happen when you're in a relationship with you? If they talk over you, if they are minimizing what you are saying, that isn't magically going to disappear later. It's just going to get more intense because texture matters. Smooth conversation, it feels very safe. A rough conversation leaves you feeling very tense. Your body will tell you before your brain will catch up to it. So please, please listen. Listening is savoring. There are parts to this that people miss, so I want to make this very clear. Listening isn't just about hearing the words. It is how someone receives it. They don't ask any follow-up questions. They don't remember what the hell you just said, and they're not staying present. Or are they distracted? Are they scrolling on their phone? Are they checked out somewhere else? Because listening is savoring. Someone who listens well doesn't rush the moment. They let the conversation breathe. Someone who doesn't listen, they are pretty much, full of themselves. And here, all right, is where Food Talks tells you the truth. If someone doesn't savor the conversation, they're not going to savor you. Okay? I mean, that is not harsh, but that is me being honest. Let's talk about the conversational menu. So now, how do I explain this? Okay. Everyone's conversation serves something. Someone's conversation serves curiosity, some serve ego, some serve connection, and some serve just goddamn chaos. Your job isn't to fix that on the menu. Your job is to decide if you want to order again, right? Tasty and not tasty. Ask yourself quietly as the conversation is unfolding. Do you feel seen? Do you feel relaxed? Do I feel interested, or am I freaking drained from this person? Do I feel respected? And those answers matter way more than the chemistry, because the chemistry without respect is going to burn out completely. It will be a bad ending. Trust me. What emotional intelligence sounds like, and this is important to listen, and let me help you recognize this. Ready? Okay. It sounds like, that makes sense. I haven't thought about that in that way. Can you tell me some more about that? Or I hear you. It feels like space. It feels safe. Like curiosity instead of someone being defensive. Emotional intelligent people, I should say, do not rush a conversation, and they're not rush to impress. They stay present. And presence, that's attractive. What lack of emotional intelligence sounds like. So just listen up. Come on, we got to look at both sides. And I'm just going to be honest. Lack of emotional intelligence shows up as someone who is constantly interrupting, turning everything back onto themselves, dismissing your experiencing, joking when seriousness is quite needed, avoiding depth completely. That is not mystery. That is avoidance. And there is no amount of attraction that will make that nurturing relationship last a long time, okay? So you don't need to dig for it. Just taste it. Here's the biggest mistake that people make on a date. Listen, they are digging for the answers instead of tasting the moment. You don't need to interrogate. You don't need to ask heavy questions. You don't need to force the depth. Depth will reveal itself very naturally when someone is capable of it. You have to do the listening, because what they are serving will let you see. You don't need to pull things out of them. So I really need you to trust the process. This is where I want you to trust yourself. You already know your recipe for love. You know what feels tasty to you, right? You've written it down. Kindness, curiosity, humor, presence. And you know what is not tasty to you. Arrogance, someone that is very negative, someone that is one-sided, someone that is disrespectful. Again, these are just examples, guys. I don't know everybody's list. So let the conversation confirm what your intuition is already telling you. Dating becomes so much easier when you stop chasing and you start honoring the information that you're receiving from this other person. My final thoughts are, and let me leave you with this, you don't fall for someone because they said the right thing. You fall for how they made you feel while they were speaking. Conversation isn't just communication. It is character. So my advice, slow down, listen closely, taste carefully, because what they're serving in the conversation is exactly what they're going to serve in the relationship. And my single lovelies, you deserve something very nourishing and well balanced. If you think that I have helped you today, give me a like. If you think one of your friends needs to hear some of this tough love, please share this with them, because Food Talks always wants to tell you the truth. I'm Denise. Until next time.